So, hey, welcome to, I think this is the fourth iteration of our Q&A session. This week's special guest is Mark D. He's the director on the PS2 version of Mercs 2. Mark, you want to introduce the project a little bit and talk about your role?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Mark D. I'm the assistant director on the Mercenaries 2 project, and I'm the project lead / director for Mercenaries 2 on the PlayStation 2. The PS2 project is being done by Pi Studios in Houston. They've got about a 30-40 man team working on the project. They've been doing it for the past year. Really talented group, doing a really great job. And I think when you see the game and some of the footage and screenshots online, you're going to really like what you see.
I've seen the PS2 version over at the course of its development. It's looking really cool. So we've actually specifically asked people on the forums to submit PS2 questions this time around. So I think there are some in here, hopefully. If not, you know, Mark can just sit here and go.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah. So let's see what we've got. I've got some questions in here, I think. Mojo1 wants to know, will you be able to climb ladders in the game, or are they just for show like the last Mercs? Yeah, actually, yeah, we got some next generation ladder technology this time around, so you actually will be able to climb up some ladders, believe it or not. You know, forget about online co-op and complete streaming worlds. You can climb ladders, so get ready for it. Mr. Cheesy wants to know, how late are you working now that it's getting closer to showtime? It kind of fluctuates a little bit because we do our development through milestones, and what happens is you get to the end of a milestone and everybody kind of puts in some long hours and weekends and tries to really narrow everything down for that milestone so they can deliver and let everybody who's important to look at the game as it's currently stands. So right now we are getting closer to finishing this game, so there's a lot more of that happening. The milestones are getting a little shorter. We're pulling everything together as fast as we can and as good as we can, so yeah, there's quite a few late hours at this point. Standard with any game development. It's actually kind of fun though. I really enjoyed this period of time during any game development project. So this one's for you. 187 wants to know when we're going to see a PS2 screenshot.
187. Mr. Scott, where and when can I see screenshots of Mercenaries 2 for the PS2? Actually, 187, you can see it today. There are screenshots up on IGN, ps2.ign.com. There's a small handful of them. We've also taken more than that. They're going out to both online and print press. And if they're not up already, there should be videos up there too. So there is definitely stuff going out, and there's going to be more in the very near future.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff. They look really nice. I should just bring this up here. All right, let's see what we got. OOM4783 wants to know, will we be able to place multiple C4 then blow them up, or just one at a time? Yeah, you will be able to place multiple C4, queue them up, and then blow them up concurrently.
You can do that in Mercs 1 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think the big difference in both the PS2 and the next-gen versions of the game is that the C4 is sticky this time around. So you can throw on anything, it'll stick to anything. And also, we've kind of streamlined the way it works in both versions. So it's, instead of on the PS2 version for Mercs 1, you would kind of go into the mini cutscene, it would kind of take you a little bit out of the game. We felt like that broke things up a little bit too much, so we wanted to streamline it. Now you just throw it like it's a regular grenade, you throw as many as you want, and then you switch to your detonator and bam. Yeah,
it flows a lot better now. Cuban45 POP wants to know, will we be able to drive the same vehicle as your friend in co-op without going on the turret? Also in co-op, do you have to play the same character in co-op? Because that would be really annoying. Yeah, really annoying. Well, your first question there. Yes, the other player can get in the vehicle without manning the turret. Not quite sure why you would want to do that on a regular basis, because you've got a 50 caliber versus you just sitting there kind of enjoying the leisurely drive through the Venezuelan countryside. But yeah, you can do that, certainly, without a doubt. As far as playing the same characters, you'll be able to select another character when you play in co-op. So we'll avoid your really annoying experience there for you. Hawk Gengar wants to know, will any helicopter be able to winch anything? Because last time around, the only thing I could pick up was, with a North Korean helicopter, was a civilian's car and a Sunbury Scout. I think you could pick up a lot more than that if you try.
Well, I mean, I think what he was saying is that in Mercs 1, you had to have if you want to pick up something really heavy, you had to have a bigger class helicopter. And so if you were using just that one helicopter to pick up everything, that's not going to work. But if you had like a bigger, heavier delivery kind of helicopter, you should be able to pick up almost anything in the game.
So yeah, you will definitely be able to pick up a lot of stuff. If you look on the G4 video clips, you'll see a demo we did from E3 where we actually winch a semi and then blow it up in midair as we let it go. So there's a lot you can do with it. I think one key addition to Mercs this time around to make winching and using the helicopter in a little bit more of an interesting fashion is that when you recruit the helicopter pilot, it opens up a mechanic we call extraction that allows you to acquire munitions, airstrike fuel bombs in the world, and actually fuel resources in the game, and bring them back to your stockpile. So if you're wandering around the world and you see this giant daisy cutter laying around the world, you can actually call in your helicopter recruit to come in and extract that out, provided it's safe, right? There's no anti-air in the area. So this time around, the helicopter coming in and bringing things out of the world is going to be a lot more advantageous for you because it allows you to get things for free. And then the second question is, will the second game be as gloomy as the first? The whole time I was playing the first, I was having fun blowing things up, but everything seemed just so lifeless. Yeah, one of the key reasons that we picked Venezuela is because it was a 180-degree turn away from North Korea. There's a lot of variation in the environment. It's sunny all the time. We have mountains and oceans and rivers and plateaus and forests and jungles. So I think that you'll find, collectively throughout the game that it's a lot more varied in terms of what you have to look at on a regular basis. And then another reason that you felt that way is because in Mercs 1 we had this perpetual fog that was pretty close in on the player that we kind of had to do for technical reasons. We just couldn't give you a really long draw distance without blowing our various resource budgets in the game. This time around, we're a lot less inhibited by that, so we have really long draw distances that allow you to see out over the environment. I think that you will find, in general, it's a brighter, sunnier, more varied experience throughout the world. As far as the PS2 version is concerned, did you find that that's basically the same?
It's the same. I mean, we don't have the new extended draw distance that the next-gen version has, unfortunately. Our development strategy for Mercs 2 on the PS2 was to really take the Mercs 1 engine and enhance it as much as possible. So we are seeing some of the advantages of using the new environment. It does look sunnier. We were able to push back the fog a little bit. We were able to brighten up the sky, the look. It's more colorful. So yeah, a lot of those things do apply.
Attack 555 wants to know, will we be able to stick C4s on people or a co-op partner? Oh yes, yes you will be able to.
Is that going to be a ratings violation of any sort?
That's a good question. I have no idea. It's fun though.